Hello guys, this is Paula and I'm here today to do our last Christmas in July project. Now I'm holding up all the cuts that you will need to do. So we're going to do a Christmas card. So you'll need to cut Christmas green. You'll need to cut one 5 by 10 inch. And another green one will be 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Then we're going to move on to a red Christmas print, and you can do any color red and green combo you want, or just red or just green. 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 for that. And then you're going to need to do your white paper cut, which will be 4 by 4. Now on the white paper cut, because I'm using alcohol inks, I had to use Copic type paper. But if you're just going to use a regular marker, that's fine. We're not going to do any fancy coloring. Okay, just easy, no shading, none of that. Just a lot to do. Okay, so that's the cuts. And I'll try to remember to show that at the end. Now, the first thing we're going to do is stamp. And then I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Super cute stamp set that I've had forever. So, I'm saying that to say this. You may or may not find this exact one, but there's lots that are similar out there. And so that's what I would recommend to you, is to get one that is similar to this. I know Tim Holtz has, you know, his where you can cut, it has like a measurement chart or something behind it, but you can stamp it and cut it out, and then you'll see what I mean when we get started here. Okay, so this is the stamp. We're going to do a snowman. I don't know if you can see it very good, but you will in a minute. Okay, I'm going to get my big archival ink out in black. Open that up. We're going to stamp the snowman and the title, okay, or the sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on here straight. The key to this is knowing that you have to keep it all on this paper. It is as tall as this paper, so you have to make sure your snowman's straight. Make sure you don't run his hand off on this one left side, his hat off here, or the lower part off here. So I've got it on this giant, I'm going to try to do it on this mat where you can see everything. I've got the stamp on this giant block. It's not that easy for me to handle, but you know, you do however you want with whatever character. You could do Santa, you could do a reindeer, you could do snowman, whatever. So I think I've got enough ink on here. Make sure you don't have any smudges around it that have gone off the ink pad, because you wouldn't want that. So we're going to stamp and hope that it comes out all right. I've done a bunch of things ahead of time. So I did all the cuts. This is the 4 by 4 cut that we're working on right now. The Copic paper, 4 by 4. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be Copic paper. Okay, so there we go. That's awesome, right? Now, we need to stamp one more thing, and I forgot to put that on the table. Believe it or not, here we go. Get another piece of white. Gently move this to the side to dry for a second. And we're just going to stamp the snowman one more time. Okay? Now, the reason we're doing him off the page, off the main square, is because there's going to be dimension. Doesn't matter where you stamp him. Just make sure you know that this is the one that will be seen. The other one is the background. There we go. Turned out pretty good, huh? Okay, so now that's all we need on this one for now. I am going to trim around it and just make it smaller to handle. I'm going to set that to the side. Now, we are going to do our little sentiment. And it says, Happy Holidays. I was going to put Let It Snow, but I wanted it to be in this area on the far right, and Let It Snow was too long. So, always when you have small stamps like this, you want to look around your acrylic block and make sure there's nothing on it. If it has time to dry, huff on it. Can you guys see? I'm going to move up. There we go. Now, I stamped a bunch of extra things to speed time up. I'm just showing you how to stamp once. There we go. Okay, now I'll save this for later. I'll put it to the side. That will be the base. I'm going to put away the black archival ink because we've got all of our stamping done. I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to bring in a stamped, well, this one right here that we just stamped. We're going to take it and we're going to take our brown, very, very light brown, okay? I'm going to show you an example. Very, very light brown. We're going to paint brown on this. Not paint, but color brown on this. Just wand handle and his arms. This is a super light or lighter brown. You don't want to do dark. Now, that's the only coloring that you have to do on this thing we just stamped. Okay, and I'm just following the lines as best I can and just outlining. Now, I didn't do too great on that, but we're going to use a different one anyway. I'm just wanting to show you that I'm just doing squiggles down the arms. And they do have squiggles on them. I got to be pretty quick with my video today because I've got an appointment. Okay, so this gets set aside after this point, after you use the very light brown. Put your cap back on, and now we're going to bring over this snowman. Now, the next thing we do is paint or color him, and then we fussy cut him. Now, we don't worry about his arms at this point because we're going to cut out the main parts and the arms are going to be showing on the paper. Yeah, it's fun. We're going to pop it up with pop dots, and it's super easy. Now, I had started this one, so I'm going to go ahead and just let that one dry some more. I'd already done one of the green sections here, so let's just work on, this is for the green. Let's work on the body. So we're going to want to have a really light blue, like a kind of a pale blue. And all you're going to do at this point is go around the outside part, and you just do it gently, not dark, don't press down a lot. Go around this cheek over here. You don't have to, you don't have to use a blending tool or anything like that. We're just doing the edges of the snowman blue. Okay? Doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. It really doesn't. I didn't believe that the first time I made this. It was true. On the second one, you kind of go around the bottom too. And then right here, we're just going to go up in this area, down over here. We're just outlining on the inside, basically, only I'm doing it in little swoops, so it's not so dark. Okay, so that's that. See how quick that went? So, that's the blue. Now, we're going to do the black. Let me get my little thing off here. These are hard to get off. I'm going to do the inside of the buttons. Keep their shape. Don't change the shape of them because I like the way they look. They're not perfect. They just have kind of a look that I like. Okay, I'm not going to do this other one as we go along because it will take us forever. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. We're going to do, none of this is shading. We're going to do red on his little clown collar. You want to stay in lines the best you can. We are going to fussy cut this, so if you get out of lines anywhere else, don't worry about it. But when you're inside the snowman, you want to definitely stay in lines. So, and then we're going to do one of the Christmas balls down here in red. Now, I'm doing the outside of the circle of the ball, and I'm going to leave a white highlight. So I'm going to go down the very middle and leave that little highlight right there. See? And that's all of the red. So we'll move on to the next color. Let's do a very pale pink on the nose. And I'm not filling the nose in. I'm just kind of swooping it like that. So it doesn't have to be like over the top. All right. Now we're going to do, let me think, I'm thinking here. Let's go ahead and do the hat. Now, I'm going to do the hat just a kind of a bright yellow, okay? Because I'm going to have it match the one. So, let's do the hat first, and the stars are going to be a different color than yellow, I decided. So, we're going to go down here and do one of the Christmas balls. This bigger one has your highlight already drawn in. So go around and then be sure and leave a little bit of a highlight. That is what we're going to use that for. This is super fast to paint color. And now we're going to use the, let me see what we've got left. Okay, now we're going to use the gold. Now, you could use gold or silver, whatever you want. These are Nuvo markers. They're lots cheaper than Copics. I have Copics, but I do... Is this gold? Am I using the right one? Let's see what it says. Let me look on my paper real quick. Yeah, that looks like brown. Wrong one. So let me get the gold. Here's the gold. Right here. I have to bite these things off. They're so hard to get off. The lid off. So we're going to go here with gold. Now, you are barely going to be able to see the decorated portion. Okay, and we're going to do this last little Christmas ball. We're just going to do a circle inside it and fill it in. Okay, that's it right there. We've already done the arms on the other one. Okay, now this will get fussy cut. Now, it's simple to fussy cut. You do not fussy cut the arms and the handle out. So, I'm not going to do that on camera. Everybody knows how to fussy cut, right? Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to bring in 3 that I did fussy cut and show you what it looks like. Aren't they cute? I think that they are very cute. Now, I didn't show you this one part. I want to show you real quick. The hair. Forgot to do the hair. Now, on this one, I had already done this around the Christmas balls, but you can do these. I picked 2 greens. You know, I didn't have many to choose from in this set, so I just picked green. And you're just going to follow the line and you're just going to do swishes. See how I'm just swishing it out? You just, yeah. It's not going to stay on the line. If you try to go real slow, you're not going to get the kind of look you want. It's going to end up being too wide. And if you swish it, it doesn't. I mean, it fills in pretty good, but it's not going to be crazy. So see, that's one color there. I'll get the other green. Going to do the same thing. Just swish in and around. You can go into some of the blank areas or over the same things. Try not to cover his eyes completely up. I think you'll like it better if you don't. And you could do it as full as you want. I wouldn't go crazy. You don't want it to look like some bear or something. Okay, so that is all of the coloring, okay, that we just did. Now, this would all get fussy cut. You'd only fussy cut out the star and the image. Once you do that, and it's all fussy cutted out, fussy cutted, that sounds really genius. You're going to turn the front of the image over away from you, and this is going to be facing you, and you're going to just make the edges dark so that whenever you put it on your card, it will not have white edges. Okay, now we are going to put some glitter on this, but at the very end. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this white or red twine, and I don't know how much it takes. You just wrap it around a couple times. We want to wrap it around on the white one in the middle, and then just off to the side, but bring it around to the middle so you can tape it right there. Okay. There's not a, excuse me, I keep hiccuping. There's not a right or wrong on how you need to do this. You just tape the edge down, and then you can kind of get an idea. You're about a ½ inch out from the side. You don't want to pull it so tight that it bends your card. You just want to hold down here once you get it straight where you want it, and then go under and pull it around again. At least 2 times. I don't want to cover up my holiday wishes any more than necessary, so I'm just going around twice. I'm going to cut this before I take it around the back and go like this, and I'm going to tape it down again. Okay? You can tape it down with string, with tape or with double-sided adhesive, however you want to do it. So, there we go. Okay, now, you could have done it where you tied it in the front. So, I think you can do it either way. Instead of doing that, I'm going to go right here in the middle. I'm not going to stretch it out too much. Just lift it enough to get this little string on here. This is a cheater's way. I call it an easy way, and I think it looks better in the long run. Now, you could hook a little bell on here, or you could hook a little charm, if you wanted to. I don't think it's necessary. The image speaks for itself. Now, I'm not going to keep those strings that long because, yeah, those won't look good long term. So just trim those off. Okay, now, we're right in the middle of our holiday wishes, but it's going to be that way. If you look at the one my sister sent me, my sister and I took a class together. So she had the same card, and then she sent it to me. So I kind of hung on to it over the years for an example. But see, it goes over the 'tis the season to be jolly. And you could see here how we're going to put the star there, and we're going to put the colored image that we fussy cut out. We're going to pop dots under both of these and pop it up. And then we'll put the glitter on. This is such a cute card. Every time I use it, I don't do it every year, but whenever one of the subbies asked me if we could do a card, and this was the first card that came to my mind because I love it so much. I got this stamp at Archivals. I believe they're still open online, so you just go to archivals.com and see what they've got. They may not have it anymore. I can't make any promises, unfortunately. Okay, so I've already cut out, you know how to fussy cut, so I'm going to set this aside. I've already cut out our little buddies. So I like him because he has a lot of hair. Now, you don't have to color this one. If you want to do edges, you can. But I don't. I'm going to get my pop dots. It's just kind of a waste of time and coloring. Do you know what I mean? We really don't need to do that. Okay, so we're going to turn your star till you get it the right direction. And we're going to pop it up. Now, of course, I don't have my tiny pop dots with me, so we'll have to cut them in half, except where it's not necessary. So put them on the actual back of the snowman. That way, you know that they'll get put down in the right spot. I love using pop dots. I love the way it makes it look. So, kind of spread them out on his little bitey so he doesn't sink in or anything like that. I'll put that right there where his little, I think it's going to be the right size. What do you know? These stick to you and it's kind of hard. Well, I don't like that one there. It's not going to cover the edges. Now I can put one there. I don't like it to show around the edges, the pop dots. Although these aren't dots. These are actually just foam tape. They used to have them that were called pop dots back in the day. Now, you don't have to put this much. I like my cards to not sink in. I don't know if you've seen people do little tiny, on videos, they use little tiny pieces. And I immediately know that I don't like that by the way it looks. But I also don't like it showing on the outside. So I try to be real careful about that. Now I've got to cut one really small for the little star at the top. So I'm just going to cut that in half and then cut it in half again. Hopefully that will work. Because my other little tiny pop dots are across the room. And I don't want to have to deal with that. Now that's not going to be a perfect size. So let's put them over here. Let's put this one over here on this star. Where'd my star go? Right there. Now, not every edge is going to be covered on everything. I've already kind of gone overboard. That one's not going to work, so we'll do this one right in the middle. Okay, now, let's put our star on first. If anything would need to be painted or colored on here, I keep wanting to say I'm painting when I'm not. I also went around the edges of the little stars so they'd have a black edge. It would be this one, but honestly, when people look at this, they're not going to look at whether or not it's colored underneath. They're going to look at how cute it is that you just popped it up on there and gave it a dimensional look. I'm taking all the little pieces off of these little foam tapes. Sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do. They stick to you. Oh my goodness, that one just... I thought I tore the whole thing off of that one, but I guess I didn't. I know this is a fast video, but I have an appointment to be at, and I didn't get to do a video yesterday. I didn't feel that great. I had to do more walking than I've been able to do lately. So, yeah. What can I say? All right, so I don't have my results yet. And I hope I get decent results. Maybe it's just a tear on my hip joint or around my hip joint in the tissue. That's my hope. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay, I can't get this little tiny piece down on that little star, so I'm going to put it on the star on the bottom here. Oh, it wants to attach itself to me. There we go, right there. I could be doing this all day long and never have it pull off, but it wants to pull off. Okay, so you want to try to get your little pieces on here straight and make sure they adhere. All right, so we're going to line it up by leaning it up and making sure we can see over it straight, because if we don't, you won't like the results. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Easy peasy. Now we're going to move it over here. I mean, it is very time consuming. Don't let me fool you. I mean, this took quite a bit of time to get it done. So, let me move this here. All right, so we're going to do, this is our, I did it in red. I have some in green, but I changed my mind on this particular. I have this paper, and I just think it looks cute. And then I'm going to do green, a green matte. Let me grab it. Like that. But anyway, I scored at 5 inches, which is in the middle of this. And this is going to be a 5 by 5 card. Okay. You should be able to get that size envelopes at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, but just get the closest. I mean, there's one that's not far off from it. So we're going to fold that in half at that point, and then we'll open it back out because we want to add this plaid on here. I'm not inking anything. I don't ink at Christmas. I think it looks better without inking. So I'm going to flip this over. I'm using double-sided tape. You could just use bottle glue if you wanted. I'm just putting, oh great, I just tore a little bit of my paper. And then I'm going to put this one right here for the side. I just put a little bit on each side, and then I put it in the middle. That way I know that it's going to go down in the right spot. I don't worry as long as I got the 4 sides that have tape. One more. Now you have to really press this double-sided tape down to get it where you want it on here and where you can keep it on here. That's the key, is as you're putting it down, really rub it down so you don't get the edges that come up and tear your paper. Then we're going to put this one right here. So what I mean is do like this. Really make sure it sticks. Because when you do that part right there where you lift it up and you take it off, it will stick. It will tear your cardstock. Okay, so we want to make sure our card is straight. And you want to get over it the best you can. So if I get a little crooked, I'll blame it on not getting over it. How's that? So, there's the card. Now the next thing is we are going to put this green on here. Okay? All right. I'm going to do this sideways because I cut that too long. Go ahead and take that off. Yeah. I was going to say something and I just totally drew a blank. Come out of there. Come on, fingers. My daughter's on the road to Alabama for 3 days. She's got, or Birmingham, I guess, Alabama. She's got some kind of work thing for 3 days up there. Then she has to get back and get finished with, start wrapping up Mamma Mia so it can air. Starts August the 9th. And if you're in the area, you should go check it out. It's Mamma Mia at the PAC. Starts August 9th and it ends September 1st. It's only on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's kind of how the PAC does. Yeah. So they've done their headshots and all that stuff. And, of course, we were thrilled. Our baby is playing a mother of a 20-year-old. And I understand she's doing a really good job. I'm not surprised, but... Okay, so we're going to do the last thing is we're going to put this one on. I haven't made these probably in about 4 years. But when I made them 4 years ago, I made a bunch. So everybody got one of these that year because I just loved them. Now you're going to have a little bit of a bump in your card because of this string. That's not a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off because I'll fold that back a little bit. And I just realized I covered this one up down here. I'm a crazy woman. Yep. I got it though. It came off. That double-sided glue is sticky. I gotta tell you, when I went to my retreat last November to the KISS conference, it was really more of a retreat. They used to call them conferences, but now they're retreats. I lost my train of thought. Why was I gonna tell you? Oh, I know what it was. See, it just takes me a minute. I bought this double-sided tape that was just a brand I never heard of. I don't even see the name in it. But anyway, that one, whatever's in there doesn't make sense. Let me see where we need tape now. We need some right here. I got like two 1/2 inch and 2 1/4 inch rolls for $5. Can't beat a deal like that, can you? For sure. My husband's about to come in here. He doesn't know I'm recording. But he will find out soon enough. Okay, so get this off of my fingers. Okay, now this is going to be here. And I love the separation by doing it like this. When I make cards, I almost always do a matting like this, you know, where you mat mostly everything. And then you have your cute little card, but we're not done yet. We're going to add a little bit of glitter. I'm going to put this up here for those of you who are still needing to know what the measurements are. We're going to add a little bit of this glitter glue. The name says it all, right? And he has all these little dots right next to him right here. I'm just going to tap these little, you know, this little area that has the little dots. And it will add some of this Tim Holtz Distress Glitter. It's just a little more, it's a little heavier. You put it on your little guy. Just use your fingers. I may have put a little more than I should have. A little more glue, that is. All right, now we'll see if we can get it off without making a total mess. We will. We'll make a mess, but I'm going to put a Kleenex underneath. Okay. I think this might be the fastest video we've done in a long time. Yeah, see how I did the dots? I don't recommend you do that. What I would say for you to do, and I'm going to show you on this little card right here. Let's do it on here. What I say to you is just take the very tip and just kind of scribble. That way you don't have so much glue. Just don't squeeze. Just squeeze a little bit out and then just move it around with the tip. Same thing right here. I think you'll see when I put the glitter on that it will look better that way. Now you can put glitter in other places, but I think I'm going to do Wink Stella. Now, if you glue this glitter on when your image is this small, it'd be easier to put your glue back into your, I say it will, we'll see. Yeah. I'm trying to remember how we got, I think we used a glue stick maybe. We'll try that on the next one. How's that? Okay. I think that one is not as lumpy as the other one. So on this one, we're going to use our glue stick. Well, this is the last one I have painted. I'll say the best is to try it 3 times. You know what is it? The best of the 2 out of 3 and I'm just putting it right here. I'm just not even paying attention where I'm putting it. So there's no telling what will have glitter. But you get the point. Now, you can do glitter on your star also. And this time, don't put as much on there. Direct exactly where you want your glitter to go. You know? Because it might go all over him. So, I hear my husband. Anyway, so I was correct. It is him. But that's okay. We're almost finished. All right, so there we go. Whoops. Thought I was going to drop it down. But do you agree using the glue stick is better? Now, you can add, if you want to add glitter to your stars, let's just see what it looks like. You want to? Let's go back to the one we have right here. I say try it. We'll put it on the star a little bit. And, oops, no, I want to use the glue stick, right? We don't want big clumps. So you just kind of make sure your glue stick's out. I don't know how it's going to look on this gold, because it kind of gives you a, just, Sadie, just a minute. Wait on Daddy. Yeah, there we go. Sorry if she's bothering you guys. My husband peeks in here and leaves the dog. He knows better than that. He knows that she'll go crazy. Now, there we go. Yeah, those are okay covered, but I think we could do just as well with, that's not the one. It's not shaking. Well, maybe it is. Let's try some clear Wink of Stella. You can see I have a mess going here. Okay, so when you have the Wink of Stella, you can put it wherever, but remember, it does kind of pull, if it's not permanent ink, it will pull it up a little bit. That's not a big deal to me. Sadie, no, I'm sorry, guys. Put a little bit on the button right there, maybe on the nose. Now, you can see the difference. So guys, tell me what you think. If you start your Christmas cards now, by Christmas they will be done. And you just make a couple a day. I mean, you could do 2 different ones a day and go from there. It's lots of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed making this Christmas card. If you want to do more when it gets closer to Christmas, we can. Just let me know on the comments or in the comments. And yeah, that will be fun. I'm going to show you him again. He turned out so cute. And here's the measurements. I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope that you will subscribe if you haven't, and tell me what you think about our last Christmas in July project. Thank you guys. Altered book tomorrow. Bye-bye.